you can make more room for more opportunities for people in your life that you are actually more aligned to. You can make more room for just different things in your life and different experiences. Good morning, everyone. This is me, and this is my new podcast for self love, self care, and motivation. Your favorite podcaster is here. Today's episode is going to be a super chill chat episode. Things I've been kind of thinking about and journaling about this past few days is this realization that you have to keep going. Like no matter what happens in life, what you may be feeling or what's going on, no matter what it is that you are going through, life does not stop. I feel like I've heard people say this so much, but I never really fully understood it until the past year, a few months ago. And I really found myself I don't know what is wrong with me. I don't know if it is because of the weather here. It has been terrible for the past few weeks, but I just feel like I've not been feeling myself a lot. I haven't been feeling like the best version of myself. And typically, when this happens, I found myself getting into this cycle of shaming myself and feeling really, really down. Or typically, honestly, what ends up happening here is that I start out the week feeling really, really good, feeling motivated in some way to make it change. I'm like, okay, this week is going to be a new week. I'm starting fresh, I'm starting new. And then by midweek, I'm just unable, I just found myself unable to keep it together. I just end up feeling like a failure. This happens when I'm off work for summer break, usually. I feel like I always try to show up here as the best version of myself, but I'm beginning to realize that just showing up anyways. I need to show up for myself. Showing up even when you're not feeling your best, even when you're not feeling like it. You cannot put yourself in the frequency of recognizing that you are deserving of the things that you want. So there's no stopping here. You show up for yourself, you get your shit together and keep moving forward. Life is going to be throwing things at you. Sometimes things are not going to feel fully within your control. You have to just kind of keep going. And one thing that I always have to remind myself is that everything is temporary. Every emotion, every chaotic or negative or just undesirable emotion that you are experiencing in a given moment is going to eventually be replaced by something positive. Trust me. A lot of us, we think that we are supposed to have all the answers and we think that we are supposed to have it all together all the time. And when the world around you, when there is things happening in your external world that don't seem to make sense to you, I don't know about you, but for me at least, it can just feel extremely frustrating. But I just want to remind you, if you are kind of in that position right now, it's okay to let go of that control. It's okay to not fully have things together. It is okay to not fully have the answers because right now may not be the season for that. You may not be in a place where you need to have everything figured out. Maybe you need to learn to embrace the chaos. Embrace whatever is that life is throwing at you right now and just learn to surrender yourself to it. And maybe in the time, the answers are going to come your way. Probably over time, the answers are going to come your way, right? I can bet you at some other point in your life where things felt like they were maybe going wrong, or again, you didn't have all the answers, or you didn't know what was supposed to come next for you. Eventually, you were able to figure it out by yourself. Eventually, you got to a place where things just had more clarity and things just started to make sense and things started to feel a little bit easier for you. And so, I'm just telling you, just remember that in any given moment, whatever is that you are experiencing, it is temporary. Just remember that we cause ourselves suffering the more that we are attached to anything on this physical world. So when you are attached to another person, when you are attached to a specific result, things may not go in a certain way. When you are attached to material things, and literally anything in the 3D realm, you cause yourself more suffering the more you are attached to it because nothing really truly belongs to you in here. You can enjoy them for usually a temporary amount of time, but usually life will teach you in some way or another to learn the lesson of detachment. It's a part of the journey of being a human being. It's a part of the journey of like you are going through a spiritual experience. If you are opening up and waking up to who is it that you are really truly are, and the fact that we are all connected, and then everything is really just made from this frequency of love, and we get to make the choice. I feel like a part of that lesson is waking up, is having to go through these experiences in which you have to learn to let go of your attachments to things in this world. And it's not always fun, but I'm telling you that you end up actually being a lot happier when you learn to let go of your attachments. So I think a lot of us are entering these like death cycle where we are having to grieve a relationship or a season of our lives or a person or a thing or like a pet. I think a lot of us are having to let go and to grieve things in our lives that are no longer meant to be there. That maybe we wanted them to be there and wanted them to work out a certain way or wanted them to go a certain way, but they weren't. They weren't meant to. They weren't actually truly serving us. And I think a lot of us are going through lessons right now in this moment where we are having to let go of these things and we are having to recognize that. Again, the more attached we are to certain outcomes and certain results, the more suffering we cause ourselves in this life. Just remember that you are in this season of shedding, or you are in this season of having to let go of things so that you can receive more. The more you free up space in your phone, you can like download more things. So you can receive more blessings and more abundance and things that you couldn't, that even right now maybe you can even fully understand and fathom, like, oh, I can have the things that I'm having to let go of right now. When you can learn to let go of these things that are weighing you down energetically, emotionally, because of your attachment to them, you can make more room for more abundance in your life. You can make more room for more opportunities and more people in your life that you are actually more aligned to. You can make room for different things in your life and different experiences that are going to make you and that are going to actually bring you closer to the person that you want to be. But again, that requires you to kind of surrender your control a little bit and recognize that you don't fully have the answers and you are never going to. You are not God. No matter how many books you read on spirituality, no matter how much you think you know, we are all ignorant to some degree. We do not have the answers fully because it would kind of defeat the whole purpose of this human experience if we were able to fully access the knowledge that like God has or the divine or the universe has. When we kind of recognize that, it just allows us to relax and not feel like we have to work so hard to be within control all the time. So if you're kind of in this place right now where maybe you just don't fully feel like you have the answers, or life just isn't fully making sense, I just really, really encourage you to sit with yourself and ask yourself, how can I show up for myself and people that I need to show up for? Recognize what is that you can control and what you cannot, but what are also some things that are happening in your life right now that are not within your control. And what are you deciding in this given moment that you want to release control of? Are you going to surrender and allow things to kind of work themselves for you? And even when you are not showing up for yourself the way that you would like to be, you have to learn to forgive yourself first. You have to learn that like you do not have to be perfect 24/7 because you're not attached to being perfect all the time, because you're not so attached to being this perfect person all the time. Eventually, you are going to have to learn to disattach from that because you are worthy of receiving amazing things, amazing opportunities, and you are still worthy of receiving abundance, even when you are not showing up as the most perfect version of yourself. Life is always going to keep going. Life is always going to keep throwing things at you, and you just have to show up anyways and just recognize that. Like, okay, I might not have all the answers right now. I might not be perfect right now. I might not even get anything done that I want to get done like I said I would, but that's okay. The good thing about life is that you always have a room to improve. So give yourself small things that you can kind of tackle and conquer each day. Be proud of yourself. Celebrate yourself. When you do get things done, just do your best to show up in whatever way you possibly can and let go of who you were yesterday. Let go of who you were last week. Let go of who you were last month and decide today. Who is it that you want to be? Remember, you always have a new day to bounce back. The sun will go down, but eventually the sun will rise. Hope what I'm saying is making sense. I feel like this episode was very all over the place, but it's given so much. I just had to wrap everything up all at once about not giving in, of just keep going, and I just had to let go what was on my mind for the past few weeks. I know it took me so much long to record this episode, but I really had to make it just a little bit perfect. You know me. I just want to remind you that it is okay if you're feeling chaotic right now. It is okay if you're feeling like you don't have all the answers, or maybe you do. Maybe you're not feeling like this all the time. It's okay. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Let me know in the comments or DM me on my Instagram. Let me know in the comments here below how you guys have been doing, if you guys resonate with this episode. And yes, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for listening. And I hope you guys are doing well. See you in the next episode. Have a nice day.